Wow, it's been a while since I recorded, guys. Sorry I haven't recorded him like a month. But anyway, guys, today we'll be looking at the top 5 hardest Hoenn Pokemon to evolve. You guys really like the top 5 hardest Kanto and Johto Pokemon to evolve, so let's go to Hoenn region. And guys, to keep this video more interesting, we'll only be covering Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because they're the recent Pokemon Hoenn remakes. So I cannot wait to do this video, guys. If you guys do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And any Pokemon that any Gen 3 Pokemon that evolve in Gen 4 will count. So yeah, but before we start the video, roll the intro.
It's me, Mario, in the gang. You probably know my name, and so we start.
Coming up at the number 5 spot, we have Trampage. Now you say, Trampage isn't that hard to evolve, but to me, I disagree. For one, its stats are awful. So got a base 100 attack stat, like, that's incredible. Like, wow, a base 100 attack stat just for a base form. That's incredible. Well, joke's on you, a base 10 speed means that doesn't work. And get you think right before you battle Norman. So yeah, I don't even think about this thing doing anything. Sure, it can hit hard, but this thing will die because it was low HP and defense stats. And it evolves to level 35. And it's still a pure ground typing. Didn't get the dragon typing yet, so yeah. And we'll be going to the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire move pool. So if you check his Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire move pool, the biggest thing things have over other Pokemon, get access to Rock Slide, Dig, Crunch, and Earthquake this early. Super impressive for a base form. That basically gives it half of its great moves early. And once you evolve this thing to Vibrate, it loses 30 points when it evolves. But the good news, it does buff up all these other good stats. So just balance. But it's still 340. And as the game gets a bit harder and more Pokemon will be evolving soon, that is not great. And yeah, so what moves do you think this thing gets? Well, once it evolves, it gets the weak Dragon Pulse. And Dragon Breath, with the coming out of base 55 special attack, that is not great. And then it gets Sandstream, which is pretty useless because you don't really need that. And it's pain to evolve because it lacks good dragon type stat. Sure, get access to Earthquake, which is incredible, but yeah. But its typing is pretty unique, being the first ever ground and dragon type Pokemon. It was a great Pokemon, but it has a unique typing, only being weak to ice, which is a bad weakness. Basically, an icy one would just destroy it. And a dragon type, which Hoenn region dragon types have not come with the exception of, like I said, the Champion Slide and Artaria. But the fairy type is a bit annoying though. But if you can get this thing to evolve, congratulations, you have Flygon. Flygon have pretty balanced stats with a great getting his 100 attack stat back to normal and a base 100 speed stat is really good. And that is really impressive for Flygon. It still keeps this ground dragon type, which is a great typing. And in Gen 6 this thing's move pool is ridiculously incredible. Seriously, you already got Rock Slide and Earthquake, but now you get access to a better stamina and Dragon Claw. Sir, Dragon Claw is a bit more powerful, but the accuracy sucks. So yeah, Dragon Claw's a much better stamina. But from TMs, holy crap, this thing's incredible. Seriously, you can use this as your flight or strength Pokemon, but its TM rate is incredible. One moves like Hone Claw, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Return, Dig, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Aerial Ace, Facade, Steel Wing, Stone Edge, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Dragon Tail, U-Turn, and Power Up Punch are great. So even though Trampage is a pain to evolve, it is well worth it, guys. But this is just the beginning. Don't think it gets easier from then. Coming at the number 4 spot is not one but two Pokemon, Loree and Emerald, the fossil Pokemon of the region. Now guys, you might be saying, what the heck is a fossil Pokemon doing? And to me, I think they're still pain to evolve. So let's start with the stats for Loree, then we'll start with Emerald. Now, Loree's stats has a base. Well, its stats aren't complete. It's nice early game and mid game, but it gets much harder when it comes around the late games. and its typing is really unique. But unfortunately, it's not the base defensive typing, especially being weak to decent amount of types. But it does, and its typing barely resists anything. Only resists normal and electric. And this is not competitive where it gets Storm Drain, so we're not going to talk about competitive, but this is the story. Now, Larit's move pool is actually way better than the Kanto fossils, man. You gotta believe me. Can get access to his two great stat moves, Ancient Power and Giga Drain. And press B before it evolves to get Ancient Energy Ball, another powerful stat move. So yeah, but like the other fossils, man, level 40, man, when it evolves. But it's, to me, Credilly, I mean, it's hard for me to say is it worth it, because I used it before, and getting this thing about was a pain to me. But it's really hard because its attack starts in game are okay. But so let's go with the moves. Alright, so its best stat moves is Energy Ball. Like I said, if you don't press B, you'll have to wait till level 44 to get it. But TM wise, not bad. It's not bad at all. It's quite nice. Getting moves to Smackdown, Earthquake, Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb, Facade, Rock Tomb, Energy Ball, Stone Edge, Sword Stance, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Infestation, and Grass Knot is nice. And as for HM, you can only use it as a Strength or Rock Smash HM. But let's go with over any of those. So yeah, this thing has a unique typing too, being Bug and Rock. It is weak to Rock, Water, and Steel, and resists normal poison. Those are the only two resistance halves. And since this is the main ability, its only ability will be Battle Armor, because it won't get its Dream World ability in Swissum. And like Lily, it does get access to its best stat moves early, that being Smackdown and Bug Bite. But however, if you don't, I don't think you can get Smackdown. But if even that is an issue, you still get Rock Tomb after you beat the first gym. So yeah, don't even worry about that. And sadly, as a HM user, it is terrible. Rock Smash is the best bet. Cut, you don't really even need to use Cut at all. But as for TMs, yeah, we're not going to talk about TMs. But sadly, we're not going to talk about TMs yet. But sadly, his stats are still not going to be way worse when it evolves. And just like Lily, it does evolve at level 40. And what's funny is this thing have a higher attack stat base, 95 and 75. So yeah, it's pretty nice, but defensive, it's not great defense stats. But if it will get evolved to Armado. The great base 125 attack stat and great defense stat, and pretty nice stats all around with the exception of his terrible speed of base 45. It's really nice. And as for TMs, I'm sorry, but it does get access to his best stat, X Scissor. And Rock Slide isn't available till later on, where you need Surf right before the 8th gym or after the 8th gym, depending on what you're going to do once you battle Kyogre or Groudon. But anyway, it does get nice moves like Earthquake, Brick Break, Smackdown, Rock Tomb, Aerial Ace, Facade, Stone Age, Sword Stance, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Exit. Sorry for using the Gen 7 move pool, but it doesn't really matter since our model's move pool is the same from Gen 6. Omega Room outside. So even though this thing is a pain to evolve, both of them are well worth it. But level 40, man, just get ready for annoyance. Feebas, just Feebas. If you guys remember this thing from Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, guys, this thing was one of the hardest Pokemon to evolve in that game, and one of the rarest Pokemon you can find. Luckily in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you can find it in Route 119 when fishing with the good route. It has a 5% chance of spawning, which, oh god, thank god they fixed that. That was a must need. But anyway, Feebas, stat wise, what a joke. It's pretty much a similar stats to Magikarp, let's be honest with that. And since it's supposed to be a resemblance to Magikarp, but unlike Magikarp, can learn TMs and HMs, which is something that Feebas Magikarp cannot do. But you may say, how do you evolve this thing in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Well, it's not hard. You just need to You may say you need prism scales. Well, joke's on you. There's no way to get prism scales in Omega Ruby and Alpha Cypher. You have to level max beauty. That means you basically got to do contests. See, feedback beauty. When it raised to 170 or more, it will cost a vault to my link next month. You heard me. You have to raise this beauty points all the way to 170 points or more. Luckily, you can just use water surf just to get some points and try to raise it. But I don't know how beauty works because I don't really care about the beauty games and Omega Ruby Sapphire. But if you can do that, you just earned yourself the well worth Milotic. Fantastic stats all around. Say much about you need this thing for waterfall. Just go use your Latios just for waterfall, man. Move pool wise in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it does lack good moves, with the exception of Water Pulse, Dragon Tail, and Aqua Tail. But Aqua Tail is a physical move, and since Milotic's physical attack is terrible, even Cold won't do nothing. But even though its move pool is really limited, even though it has a lacking move pool, its stats will just help this out. And you can even get this thing Marvel Skill, a great ability with status condition can make it really bad for the opponent, or competitive, which intimidate users, or any stat line that is lower can pretty much just get a boosted special attack, which is really dangerous. And yeah, Ice in TM's only Ice Beam, Skull, Bulldoze, and Dragon Tail are the only best move you can teach Milotic. So even though Milotic's move pool is severely lacking, it is well worth it, man, to put on your team, man. But the next two, holy crap, I just feel bad for the next two, man. The next two Pokemon on the number 2 list. Coming at the number 2 spot is not one, but 2 Pokemon. Rose and Snorunt. But we're not going to be talking about Rose because we'll talk about Kirlia. Kirlia's stats are awful. Well, they're nice early game, but they get so much worse. You may say, what the heck is Kirlia doing? Evolving into Gardevoir is simple. We're not talking about Gardevoir. Nor we're not talking about Glalie, because we know Glalie sucked without his Mega Flare. We're talking about Gallade and Frostlass. But anyway, move pool wise for Kirlia, there's no shortage of move pool, man. You get access to Magical Leaf, Draining Kiss, Dazzling Gleam from TM since you need it. Calm Mind, and oh yeah, Psychic. That is incredible. And TM wise is pretty nice. It's having nice TMs. So it's pretty diverse. Yeah, but so what's wrong with evolving it? You need the Dawnstone. And we'll talk about Snorunt too. Snorunt stands for, yeah, base 50 around the board. Sir has much higher stats than Kirlia of all things. But you're still a pure ice type, which is garbage defensively. And yeah, so move pool wise, yeah, this thing's best stat thing. This thing can even learn as Frostbite. This is worse for Kirlia since you get Rose much earlier. But if you can even think about evolving it to Glade, well, to me it's not worth it. I mainly say most Pokemon will be worth it, but to me, this is just an example of not worth it. The problem with Glade, to be honest, is there's plethora of better. You said you get it right before the Pokemon League because it needs to be a male Kirlia to evolve. But anyway, it's just better options. Blaziken, my favorite Pokemon of all time, is better than Harmiona, Machamp are better for fighting types. And as for psychic types, Alakazam and even Solrock and Lunatone are better option. And his own counterpart Gardevoir is better. And oh yeah, I'm not forgetting about, oh yeah, Metachamp is better than it. You know, the other first ever psychic fighting type. That thing is better because even though its stats aren't that impressive, it gets the ability, it get an ability that even doubles its attack stat. It can even have that ability once it Mega Evolve, which it can Mega Evolve to make its attack stat from 100 to 200. So yeah, even though it's a bit slower than Mega Glade, it's just better options to choose from. So yeah, even though Mega Glade has much better stats than Mega Metachimp, you're just better off just using better options. And let's talk about his move pool, man. Let's talk about his move pool. Okay, so Move pool wise, Surrey gets access to great stamina, like great moves like close combat, leap blade, psycho cutter, close combat, and store power. Well, store power's not great, and I mean psychic cut and sword stance. They're just better options, man. And even though it still has like a pretty nice diverse move pool with moves like poison jab, rock slide, bulldoze, sword stance, stone edge, will-o-wisp, low sweep, facade, aerial wave, shadow, brick break, return, earthquake, and bulk up. That's nice, but better options are there. And frost slash, the same example for Glalie, man. There are better options. Stat line, it's not the best, but it's not the worst though to me. But hey, his list is better than Glalie being just base 80 all around. So yeah, so let's talk about his moves. Surrey can be a mixed attacker with moves like Draining Kick, Will-o-wisp, Wake Up Slap, but most of those best moves, most of his nice moves aren't even available till later, since you don't give Snow Run till late game. I think right before the 7th gym. So yeah. And as for ice types in Hoenn don't do well because they're late game, man. Literally, the other one, War Rank, to me is better than it because of his bulk and nice attacking stats, and it's much better in his bulk because it's much more bulky. And as for ghost types, you got Bayonet, who can literally Mega Evolve. So you can just get the Mega Bayonet and just get a Bayonet that can Mega Evolve to make it a really nice Pokemon. And you can even Dusknoir and Dusclops and Dusknoir are better options. And even though Dusclops, I'm not even going to think about talking about that one. It's a pain, is kind of tricky to evolve because I'm not going to start about that. At least they're better than Frost Slash. And sir, its move can learn moves like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Fling. Well, Fling is great. Will-o-wisp, Auroraville. Well, Auroraville is a J-side move. Thunder Wave, Frost Breath. It's just outclassed by other Pokemon. So, like I said, these two Pokemon are just outclassed by plethora of other Pokemon, guys. But number one is just bar not. You guys know what number one is, guys. Come on now. Coming at the number one spot. Come on, you guys know it is Bagon. Come on. The pseudo legendary. You guys may think, okay, are you just gonna put the pseudo legendary? Like, why is Metagross isn't on this list? Well, for one, you don't get Metagross till late game, and we're not gonna count Metagross. But Bagon. It's a pseudo legendary. You don't even get this thing till literally Meteor Falls. You may say, that is early. Well, you need Waterfall, which you don't get to after the 8th gym. So this thing will be level 40, which it will be high enough to level to evolve to Shogun. But that's not the annoyance. Seriously. So we're gonna skip Bagon and talk about Shogun. Well, yes, Shogun has. It would have been better if you got it earlier, like in Ultra Sun and Moon, where you can have nice stats. Its stats are nice early game and mid game, but once later game comes, its stats will start to fall behind, because it's only attacks and defense that are the best stats out of all of them. Seriously. And you may say it gets access to Staff Dragon Claw early. That's because that was early game, man. Come on. That was early game. It may get access to Crunch and Dragon Claw, but that's late game, guys. But you know what the worst part is? You have to grind this thing up all throughout the league. You have to battle rematch trainers and wild Pokemon. Luckily, you can get the lucky egg. I forgot to mention that, from a wild Pelipper that has a chance of holding it. That makes it easy, but that's all the good news you can come from. It is one of, and if you can even think about trying the impossible, well, possible, in pretty much almost impossible way of grinding this thing. Congratulations, you got another pseudo legendary, man. Sir loses 10 points in defense, but look at these offensive stats and speed. The definition. And have you seen this thing's Mega form? Surrey's design is kind of weird, but Mega Salamence is dangerous. Seriously, this thing was in quick bend to Ubers back when it was released. So, move pool wise, back in Gen 6. In Gen 6, in Omega Rapid Cyber, it does get access to that Dragon Claw, and it gets Fly, but it's not worth using Fly, man. But TM wise, you know Pseudo doesn't have a diverse TMs. Getting access to the Hoenn Claw, Dragon Claw, Roost. Well, Roost is useless because potions, Earthquake, Return, Brick Break, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Aerial Ace, Facade, Steel Wing, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Dragon Tail. I can go on, man. Those are just incredible. So even though Salamence is one of, if not the annoyingest Pokemon to evolve in Hoenn, it is kind of worth it, I guess. It's not worth it for the story, because it's well worth it post-game, really, like, for the Delta episodes. But geez, guys, evolving this thing is so dang annoying. But it's well worth it, man. And the reward you deserve, especially for its Mega Form. But anyway, guys, hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, guys, if you do. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a while. But anyway, guys, I cannot wait to do my team for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That will come out soon. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Peace out.